Today we're not going to see a property in real estate Medellin. Today we're going to talk about how to bring your money to buy a property in Medellin. Hi, hello everybody. My name is Thomas from Real Estate Medellin, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, so you guys know how to do it the best way. Okay, let's begin. So that's actually one of the first things you guys. When you decide that you want to buy a property here in Medellin, the first thing that you have to do is to set up your account to bring the money into the country. Plain and simple. You have to go through. You have to do that due diligence, and the financial institution of your choice. Four of them to do this transaction. They all have pretty much the same paperwork, and they have to go through compliance. And compliance might ask you for more stuff. You need paper trail, and you need to do, and that's one of the requirements when you do all that stuff with the institution that is going to bring your money into the country. The buy and sell contract is part of that paperwork. When I started working with the real estate in Medellin, my first client was an expat, and I sold them two properties. Okay, two properties, one expat. Before Medellin actually got to be super popular. The thing it was that it was actually really funny though, because I tell everybody that I did like an MBA on how to bring money for my customers, because it actually was a couple of things though. So there was the bringing the money that was all done at that time with Alianza Fiduciaria. You gotta have paper trail of where the money is coming from. Either you sold stock, you sold your property, they gave you you have a loan, or your parents gave you money, whatever. You need paper trail. It's actually very easy though. The fiduciary is gonna ask for a whole bunch of other paperwork though, and forms to sign and so on. You're gonna be checked with they're gonna check you, okay? Plain and simple. It's actually kind of cool though. And the same thing is gonna happen with the property. The property of your choice, but that's another thing though. We're gonna talk about that in another video, okay? So, because we have a lot of stuff to talk about. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I can tell you about it. So the thing with bringing up the money, that I always tell my customers, okay, if you're sure that you're gonna buy a property here in Medellin, first thing first, set up that account. It doesn't cost you any money to set it up, and when everything's ready, it's ready. So that's actually kind of cool though. When that account is ready, you gotta do the transfer from your bank account to their bank account in the States. I think it's city, so it's actually pretty easy though, and that's all done in New York. So you deposit the money and you do the transfer, and the money is available here right away. Now, when that happens, you just gotta do the fiduciary is gonna call you, or the financial institution that did the transfer is gonna call you, and they're gonna ask you for your authorization to do the exchange, and that's it. Okay, you're only allowed to have the money in their account for like a couple of days, unless you open like an investor account with them. That's something else that you could do. But usually when we have everything ready, is because everything is gonna go down at the notary, and we're gonna sign the property. We're gonna sign the buy and sell, and we're gonna sign the property deed, and then everybody's gonna get paid, and everybody's gonna be happy. That's why it's so important to have the fiduciary open. Now, let me tell you one thing. The one thing that I have to tell you though is that those financial institutions that are going to do that for you are Alianza Fiduciaria, Acciones y Valores, Colta Financiera. Okay, those are the three institutions that are going to be able to do this for you. Doing it with Bank Colombia is a pain in the royal butt. These people know how to do this because this is what they do, and then they know what form that you have to fill up, which I do believe is form number 4. We'll talk more. We'll have another episode about that one though. It's actually pretty simple, but we can go over it we can go over it. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. If you guys have any comments, if I'm sucking at this, let me know. Here to give you the best information. Now, check out this other video. I'll see you guys in the next one.